In today's video, we're going to be going for a POV style drive in my Mini Cooper John Cooper Works 2013 plate. We're going to be covering all types of terrain as well as me giving my thoughts on the car after owning it for around a month. Stay tuned throughout the video to see just how amazing and nimble this car is. You won't want to miss it.
What's going on, guys? Will here, and today we're back with another video, and as you can see from the GoPro on my head, we are currently doing a POV style video in the Mini as promised. Let's put this thing in sport mode because that is what we want to see at the end of the day. So in this video, we're going to be going along all of the types of roads. We're doing a bit of town driving at the moment, and then we'll get on to the motorway, or well, the dual carriageway, not the motorway. There's no motorway near here. So we'll be getting onto the dual carriageway, and then we will be going on some country lanes as well. So yeah, this is what we're looking like with the cockpit and everything. Apologies for the mess in the car. If you do enjoy the video, please remember to hit that like button. It really does help our small channels out. We got quite a few likes in the last couple of videos, so if we could keep that support up, I'd very much appreciate it. If you do enjoy the video, please remember to hit that subscribe button. That way you'll never miss any future uploads. Ding dong that notification bell and you'll get a notification every time I upload, which we've got some good content coming in the future, so stay tuned for that. Just stuck at a couple of red lights at the moment, so let's talk about the car. So miles per gallon on this car then is really good, to be fair. Like, you get about 450 miles in a tank, and I don't know what this guy's doing, taking for ages. 450 miles in a tank. As you can see, I've filled up. I've been driving it a little bit. Now we're at 415, but you know, if I fill up with the Supreme petrol, I can get about 50 miles per gallon if I'm doing motorway driving, an average of 42, 43 if we're doing a mix. Whereas with normal petrol, I get about 38 on a mix as well. So I personally prefer to put the Supreme in when filling up. Feels like it runs a bit smoother as well. It does. The engine just feels a bit more at ease with the 97. I don't know if that is just because that's what it's meant to do when it's Supreme fuel. So in town driving is fine. Obviously this one is the manual version. I really did want the manual. Obviously when you're stuck in traffic, you know, it's not the best, but I'm not too fussed about that. The gearbox is quite stiff, but not in a bad way, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's a lot stiffer than the A3 that I had before, but it doesn't feel clunky, or it doesn't feel like you're having to ram the gears in, so that is a positive. The clutch is great. I mean, it's quite a low clutch, which is good, except from the fact that it is quite hard. A nice little Gary boy car there. So with the clutch, it is quite hard to sort of gauge it right. I don't know if it's because I'm used to a high clutch car and this is quite a low one, but there is a bit of what we would call kangaroo juice every now and then, where I'm just dipping the clutch when I don't necessarily need to. So what I'm going to do then is, instead of going straight over like I usually would, I'm going to take it on a little bit of a motorway drive, give you a little bit of the oomph that this car has. So this is a dual carriageway near us. It is a 70, so that is good. We're going to go now. Lovely. And it just sounds so good, man. And then as soon as we get around this corner, there is a car in front, but we'll boot it a little bit. That little dump valve noise gets me every time. So yeah, it's quite a responsive car. You know, that wasn't even me slamming the revs. I was getting up to 4,000 or 5,000 revs and just, you know, changing gear. And yeah, it's decent. But you see what I mean about, we're going 70, it just feels a lot quicker. I don't know what it is about this car. The perception is just ridiculous compared to, say, like the BMW that I've been driving as well. Yeah, the perception is in this car is just that we're just flying past, whereas other cars you just feel like you're coasting. So I personally love the feeling of it. I don't know if it's because it's so small, but some people may not like it as much. So I've had this car for about a month now, and I have to say I'm very impressed. This is probably the best car that I've owned and driven around, like the most fun. So the fastest car I owned was obviously the TTS, and we know what happened with that. Let's not talk about it, but this car feels a lot more fun, although it's slower, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does make sense. it just feels like it sticks to the floor, but then there's also that fun factor as well. With the TTS, it's stuck everywhere and it just felt 100% in control all of the time because of the four-wheel drive system. Whereas with this being front-wheel drive, you do get a little bit wheel spin if you pull away too quick. You know, you can slam it into corners and you don't feel like you're going to slide out like you would in a rear-wheel drive. So we're going to take a left at this roundabout, take you down some country lanes. There's a prime example of me dipping my foot on the clutch when I didn't need to. I think it's just a habit, you know. In terms of the journey, you know, like in sport mode like it's in now, the suspension stiffens up a little bit, so does the steering, the throttle becomes a bit more responsive. So, you know, you're buying a sporty car, so that is what you want from it. If you wanted like a luxury cruising car, then you probably wouldn't go for this. But this is something I wanted, a hot hatch which I could do modifications to and have a bit of fun with, and this is exactly that. So country lane driving is where this car thrives. This is where you're going to get your proper money's worth, because it is so light, so nimble, so responsive. You're going to be able to chuck it around these country lanes and have a whole world of fun. As that heat just sprayed my car, lovely. Just chuck stuff around corners and you don't ever feel like it's going to slip out. You know, you're cruising in 6th, that's fine. You know, this is a 60, you're chilling. And like I said, this is exactly where this car thrives. Drop this to 3rd, floor it. And like I said, this is just where this car flies, like just down these country lanes where you're going 60 the whole time, but you feel like you're doing so much, and then a car comes and the brakes are quite responsive as well, so you can just get over. And you don't really have to panic because it's a tiny car. You just get over, carry on doing your speed, and away you go again. So try not to get sucked into the potholes on the side of the road. I just think these sort of lanes are what manuals are made for, right? Like, it's all fun being in an automatic, but these sort of country lanes where you can just downshift, upshift when you're flooring out, and oh, this is what driving's about, man. So I'm not obviously going to go too crazy, especially on a wet day like this. These are the sort of roads where people that enjoy driving just come to life, because you come to like just go for little drives around these roads, and the Mini is just perfect at doing this, honestly. So 0 to 60 on this car, as mentioned on the review, if you haven't checked that out, I'd highly recommend it. It is about 6.5 seconds, so you know, it's not absolutely bullet race ready 0 to 60 in 4 seconds like you would on something electric or something absolutely rapid like a Porsche. You're still getting the power to weight, which is really good. So yeah, this is something that this car thrives in, with the power to weight ratio. So this car is an absolute great hybrid car. You've got the little bit of power from the 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. You've got great miles per gallon when you're doing long distance journeys in terms of getting around, you know, late 40s, 50s. Then, you know, in town driving, you're still getting your high 30s, early 40s. So this car is a great all-round hybrid. The only thing I will say is the lack of space in the back, which obviously isn't the best. So we're now in a local little village near me. And obviously these sort of tight roads where cars will be passing you the whole time, you're just going to be able to fly through them just because of how small it is, and this is what you want. So comparing this to other hatchbacks I've driven, obviously I had a 2015 plate Audi A3 for years, and that car was so comfy, the gear changes were really good, but there was just something lacking. It wasn't very fun. Whereas this is slightly older, the gear changes are not quite as smooth, but just the feel of the drive is just 100% better. Like, I don't know how to describe it. The drive in this car is so good, and I would recommend it to everyone. And there you have it, guys. That will be the end of the video. That is how the Mini Cooper, this is how the Mini Cooper John Cooper Works drives on the road POV style. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to leave a like down below. It really does help out the channel, and hit that subscribe button if you are new around here. Ding dong that notification bell, that way you'll never miss any uploads. But yeah, look at her in all of her glory. Like I said, I've had her for about a month now and I still haven't changed my opinion where this is the best car I've driven or owned. Get in the car. Hello. Let's get in the car, turn her on. Look at that, she sounds so good. There you go, I gave you a little bit of pops and bangs. I said I'd do it in as many videos as possible. I'm sort of vlogging style. Look at my hair from wearing this mount. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Peace out.